they were in the same weight class, it'd be a cracking fight. But there's too much of a gap. I think 126 is Inoue's ceiling. I really do.
Yeah. That would be like a fun fight.
Crazy.
But furthermore, he's a superstar in Japan. He doesn't really need to leave Japan to maintain his superstar status.
The boxing world is filled with excitement as fans eagerly await a potential showdown between two of the sport's most thrilling fighters, Naoya Inoue and Gervonta Tank Davis. The buzz grew after Inoue's recent dominant performances, further establishing him as a top pound-for-pound fighter. With his perfect technique, incredible speed, and knockout power, the Japanese star has proven nearly unbeatable in the ring. On the other hand, Davis, known for his fierce knockout power and relentless style, continues to be a dangerous force in several weight divisions. Asterisk.
28 wins, no losses, no draws, 25 wins by way of knockout. He's a 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed champion, and is super bantamweight unified champion, right? So he has a fight coming up anyway.
Promoters have yet to confirm any discussions, but the growing demand from fans has already made this potential fight the most talked about one for 2025. With both fighters at the top of their game and their legacies on the line, the stage is set for what could be an unforgettable moment in boxing history. Fans around the world are hoping the fight becomes a reality. In an interview, Gervonta Tank Davis addressed the rising speculation about a possible match with Naoya Inoue, acknowledging the excitement and calling it a fun fight. However, Davis raised concerns about the weight difference between them, suggesting that he might be too big for Inoue. This concern highlights the significant weight gap, as Davis fights at lightweight, while Inoue is the undisputed super bantamweight champion. The idea of Inoue moving up multiple weight classes presents big challenges, making this highly anticipated bout seem unlikely in the near future.
I like, what's the guy from Japan?
Inoue?
Yeah.
Do you foresee potentially at some day you guys meeting together, maybe at a catchweight, or maybe if he keeps going up in weight?
Probably.
Yeah.
That would be like a fun fight.
Crazy.
Yeah, that would be a fun fight. Now that would be technical. That fight right there, like man. But I think I'll be too big for him.
Probably, yeah.
I'll be too big for him. Yeah. But that fight would be like.
It's like a dream fight.
Yeah. Facts.
Gervonta Tank Davis has often praised Naoya Inoue's boxing abilities in interviews, recognizing his skill and achievements and acknowledging him as one of the best in the sport. In a recent press conference, a reporter claimed that Inoue had dismissed Davis's skills, saying that Davis only had power and posed no real threat. Davis was surprised by this statement and responded, saying there's no way Inoue could have said that, explaining that a fighter of Inoue's caliber wouldn't make such a remark. Davis asked for proof of the comment, clearly in disbelief. Later, Inoue clarified the situation by tweeting that he had never made such a statement, reaffirming the mutual respect between the two champions.
Inoue said there's nothing that you have that can give him real problems. All you have is power.
He said that?
Inoue said that.
Yeah. Right. I don't want to go crazy. You trying to catch me?
I ain't trying to catch you, bro.
Huh?
I ain't trying to catch you, bro.
He didn't say that?
Yeah, he said it.
Show me.
You heard him say that, bro? I think there's a lot of compilations they combine things. I think I've seen it, but I don't know if it's. I don't think he said that.
Because there's no way he said that. Come to be a.
Former world champion TJ Daheny has weighed in on the ongoing discussion about a potential fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Naoya Inoue, stressing that the weight difference makes such a matchup nearly impossible. Daheny believes that Davis, who competes at lightweight, would be too much for Inoue, who has so far shown no interest in moving up from the 120 pounds where he dominates his division. While fans dream of seeing these pound-for-pound stars clash, Daheny points out that Inoue's physical limitations make the fight highly unlikely. Some fans have called for Inoue to test himself at super featherweight 130 pounds, or even lightweight in a mega showdown with Davis, which could determine the true pound-for-pound king of the sport. However, Daheny argues that Inoue seems content at 120 pounds, where he continues to defeat his opponents with ease. Moving up to face bigger, stronger fighters at 126 pounds or beyond would involve significant risks and physical adaptation, something Inoue hasn't shown interest in pursuing so far. Daheny believes that Inoue's ceiling is likely at 126 pounds, making a fight with Davis appear far-fetched. He explains that Davis's size, power, and physicality, boasting an undefeated record of 30 wins with 28 knockouts, would present serious challenges that Inoue, with his smaller frame, might struggle to overcome for such a fight to be considered. Daheny suggests a potential meeting at super featherweight as a compromise, though the logistical and physical challenges would still be significant. Boxing fans continue to hope for this era-defining matchup, but Daheny emphasizes the reality of weight classes and physical limits in the sport. While Inoue's dominance at 120 pounds is undeniable, fans are eager to see him face tougher opposition. However, a clash with Davis would require Inoue to take risks far beyond what he has shown a willingness to attempt. For now, the fight remains a fantasy, and Inoue is focused on continuing to cement his legacy in his...
Do you think that's just, a weight class too high? I don't even know what weight that would be at, maybe 130, but is that just too much, or do you think he's capable of going up there and beating a Tank Davis?
No, Tank's an absolute dog, but if they were in the same weight class, it'd be a cracking fight. But there's too much of a gap. I think 126 is Inoue's ceiling, I really do.
Yeah. Well, TJ, I appreciate your time. Obviously, 15th of March, you're fighting Nick Bull. Just any final words, any prediction, any message to your fans?
Not so much a prediction, but the fans can expect fireworks. It's going to be a great fight, and I'll be walking away as a two-weight world champion. I can guarantee that.
A fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Naoya Inoue has the potential to captivate the boxing world. Given their elite skills and unbeaten records, however, one major hurdle could be Davis's reluctance to work with TGB Promotions, led by influential boxing figure Al Heyman. Davis has openly expressed his dislike for Heyman, stating that he has little respect for his role in the sport. This tension could make organizing such a high-profile event difficult. Despite this, fans continue to dream of the day these two champions meet in the ring, as both have proven they can deliver unforgettable performances.
To kind of pivot into the fact that, I see it on Twitter all the time, and I've talked about it before while being in Japan. Can Tank and Inoue actually fight each other one day? It's a good question, because I don't think it's far-fetched. Now, more than likely, they won't fight because Inoue's aligned himself with Turkey, right? And Tank doesn't work with Turkey. He don't like Turkey. On top of that too, you have the weight thing. Inoue stated when he fought Neri that he weighed 138 pounds. Tank tweeted during the build-up to this fight with Lamar Roach that he was on weight at 138 pounds. So they kind of have like Inoue's fight night weight is probably close to what Tank's walk around weight is. They're not far off. So weight-wise, as crazy as it sounds, because you don't think of Inoue and Tank as being the same size, because Inoue turned pro at light flyweight, Tank turned pro at 130, something like that. So you wouldn't necessarily think of those two being close in size, but they actually are. So I think it's doable. Obviously, Tank has some signature fights at lightweight he's got to take care of, like Shakur Stevenson, like Devin Haney, or Devin's at 47 now, so I can't even say Devin, but he's got Shakur Stevenson, he's got Teofimo Lopez, he might have Keyshawn Davis on his hands if Keyshawn wins the title. There's some business for him to take care of, and then for Inoue.
If a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Naoya Inoue ever happens, it would undoubtedly become one of the biggest events in boxing history. This clash would pit America's most electrifying fighter against Japan's most dominant champion, both with undefeated records and legendary knockout power. The fight wouldn't just be a battle of styles, but a collision of two global icons, captivating audiences around the world. It would go beyond boxing, representing the meeting of two cultures at the pinnacle of the sport, with both fighters in their prime. Such a showdown could become an unforgettable chapter in boxing history.
In a hypothetical sense, right? If Inoue and Tank did fight each other, that would be the biggest fight in boxing, because you're talking about two, I would say you got the biggest American fighter, as far as like American born fighters, versus the biggest Japanese fighter. So you're talking about the biggest star, not named Canelo, in North America, but from the United States of America, versus the face of boxing in Japan and Asia as a whole right now. So how could that fight not do crazy numbers? I feel like Inoue versus Tank would really make the world stop. And that would really be like for Tank, if they fought, he's supposed to knock out Inoue.
Gervonta Tank Davis's coach has expressed admiration for Naoya Inoue's achievements in the boxing world, recognizing that his success is not just important for him, but also for Japan. He highlighted that Inoue's rise to fame is a proud moment for his country, showcasing the skill and determination Japan brings to the international stage. The coach emphasized that the focus should be on allowing Inoue to continue his journey and reach his full potential. The impact of Inoue's accomplishments goes beyond the ring, making a significant cultural contribution to Japan. Adrian Broner recently responded to questions about a potential fight between Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue, advising reporters to relax and suggesting that Inoue should sit his Lila down. Broner acknowledged Inoue's skill, but implied that the fight might not be feasible due to weight differences and other factors. He also mentioned that Inoue is fighting over there, possibly referring to Japan, and added, "They ain't testing you," which could imply concerns about drug testing protocols in different regions. Despite these comments, Broner respected Inoue's abilities, recognizing him as a good fighter.
Gervonta Tank Davis.
Relax, man.
You like the fight if it happens?
Man, he better sit his left down. Yeah, of course. Even though I don't want to make excuses, but he's fighting over there. They ain't testing. I ain't making no excuses. You know what I mean? I ain't making no. He's a good fighter though. He's a good fighter. Me, I ain't fighting that drug thing. I ain't making no excuses, but like I told him, man. I'm here for you. Go enjoy the fruits and labor of your works and come back like you never left, man. You'll be champion.
The dream fight between Naoya Inoue and Gervonta Tank Davis has been a fantasy for boxing fans for years. Even when Inoue was just 28, the idea of these two explosive fighters meeting in the ring had already sparked excitement. Now, Inoue has only strengthened his legacy as one of the most thrilling fighters in the sport. And fans continue to eagerly await the moment these two stars could finally face off. With each passing year, the anticipation grows. If this fight were to happen, it would surely be a spectacle. Both Inoue and Davis have incredible power, speed, and skill, making for an unpredictable and thrilling match. The energy surrounding this potential clash shows that it's more than just a fantasy. It's a fight fans are eagerly waiting to see, knowing it would be a true banger in the boxing world.
Inoue is the color hair.
No, he is good.
21-0, undefeated. He's a 3-division champion. He's a big puncher. He was champion 112.
Fuck Bam a puncher. He is good.
Who's that? Inoue. Yeah, he's fighting this weekend.
He is good. I'm gonna watch him.
That's the one you asked where he come from. Yeah. He's Japanese.
Good. His placements and everything.
Footwork.
Yeah.
Defense.
He's 29 years old, and I said that 28.
Yeah.
But I said that Manny Pacquiao and Triple G didn't get famous till after they were 30. Tank, are you willing to go down to 118 and fight him?
I can't get the 118.
But if you could have, it would be fireworks.
Fans have been speculating ever since Gervonta Tank Davis tweeted good luck to Naoya Monster Inoue for his fight. While Tank hasn't directly expressed interest in a matchup with Inoue, the tweet has sparked excitement, with fans now wondering if Tank might be open to facing the Japanese star, Davis. A 3-division world champion with 30 wins and 28 knockouts, competes at 135 pounds and holds the WBA lightweight title. Standing at 5 feet 5 inches with a 67-inch reach, Tank is 30 years old. Inoue, on the other hand, is a 4-division champion and a 2-division undisputed champion, competing at 120 pounds. At 31 years old, he has a perfect record of 28 wins, 25 of them by knockout. Despite the significant weight difference, with Inoue potentially moving up 13 pounds to challenge Davis at 135, Tank believes the fight could be massive, pointing to similar weight jumps made by past fighters like Terrence Crawford and Roy Jones. Gervonta Tank, who has praised Inoue in the past, even calling him a beast, recently wished him luck for his fight in Japan. Inoue responded with a salute, fueling speculation about a potential showdown. While Davis acknowledges Inoue's greatness, he believes the size difference might be too large for a fair matchup. Still, both fighters have expressed mutual respect for each other's talents. while Davis's future big fights may be limited, with potential bouts against Shocker Stevenson and others. The idea of Inoue moving up in weight has piqued interest. Many see this clash as having the potential to become a legendary super fight, similar to Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao's iconic matchup. However, whether the fight happens will depend on factors like weight classes and both fighters' willingness to take on the challenge.
That's his favorite fighter to watch. Anyway, he said that he a beast, right? And he supports Inoue. That's one of his favorite fighters to watch. He supports him. He likes Inoue, right? And so people are speculating because Tank Davis put out a post to Inoue and he told him good luck. Inoue has a fight coming up January 24th, okay, in Japan. So, it's late, early in the morning in the United States. So it'd probably be about 7, 8 in the morning, right? So Tank Davis just sent him, well wishes on his next fight, right? And he responded back to Tank, saluted Tank, sent him some emojis, right? They just acknowledged one another.
Tank's comments on the matter show a level of respect for Inoue's abilities, but he believes the size difference between them might be too great to overcome. Despite this, the idea of a fight between the two has generated significant interest. In the boxing world, both fighters are considered elite in their respective weight classes, with undefeated records and impressive achievements. A matchup between them could easily capture the attention of boxing fans worldwide and has the potential to become one of the biggest super fights in recent years, similar to the Mayweather-Pacquiao bout. However, whether the fight actually happens will depend on both fighters' willingness to challenge each other, as well as the logistics of making it a reality.
And so everybody took this as him saying he wants to fight him. So I'm like, I didn't see, other than that interview that Tank did a while back where he said that Inoue would be a super fight, but he did say Inoue is too small, right? Inoue is 31 years of age. He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Tank is about 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Although Tank says he's 5'4", they're around the same height with the same arm reach. Now Inoue can do and pull a Terrence Bud Crawford, where Inoue can fight. Inoue fights at 126. Excuse me. So he's 126. So you got 130 and 135. Well, no, he's at 22. So he's 3 weight classes below Tank Davis at 135. Now he could jump up, right? That would be about 13 pounds, right? If he jumped up from 122 to 135, yeah, about 13 pounds, right? So 13-pound jump for him, fight Tank Davis. That would be a super fight. Terrence Crawford is jumping up 14 pounds from 154 to 168 to challenge Canelo Alvarez in September. So it would be similar, right? It has happened before. Roy Jones jumped up 25 pounds. So go figure.
After the success of Terrence Crawford's recent fight, fans are now looking to Al Heyman to help make the dream fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Naoya Inoue a reality. Heyman has recently made headlines for orchestrating some of the biggest matchups in boxing history, and his ability to bring together high-stakes battles has earned him immense respect. Fans are now hopeful he will work his magic for this epic showdown. With both Davis and Inoue being undefeated and considered among the best in the sport, there's no doubt that if Heyman can make this fight happen, it would be a spectacle. However, Japanese fans have quickly defended Inoue, asserting that he is already a superstar in Japan and doesn't need to fight Davis in the US to prove his status. They emphasize that Inoue has achieved remarkable success in his home country, with a legacy that has already cemented him as one of the best. His accomplishments, skills, and popularity in Japan show that he doesn't need to leave to prove his worth. Many believe Inoue's success speaks for itself, and he is already considered a global icon, not needing validation from the American boxing scene.
Naoya Inoue does not need to fight Tank Davis. He certainly doesn't need to give away that much size. But furthermore, He's a superstar in Japan. He doesn't really need to leave Japan to maintain his superstar status. He sold out the Tokyo Dome. That's 55,000 people. In many ways, Japan is still a very closed economy, as it was for millennia. And in a sense, a lot of Japanese industry, finance, they don't care about quote unquote capturing the U.S. market. And I don't think Inoue needs to capture the U.S. market in order to have a 100% prosperous, financially successful career and transition into whatever he wants to do after boxing. Naoya Inoue doesn't need the United States of America.